We tried it with Ashley once. Okay, so we live?
You're live.
Hey, let me text some people, let them know that I'm going live. Try to get my people in the chat. All right, I just did the wives, my mama. Let me do my sister. As long as I got my crew in there, we good to go.
I got some little background music for you.
Okay. Producer. Y'all know I love my producer. He been helping me out. We in his studio. He said he got 7 seasons of fire. Go follow Hot Takes and catch up on some of his old material while he helped me out. It's good to listen to when you at work. If you like work with your hands or you got like a boring desk job, ladies, tell your fellas, follow my husband at Hot Takes. Is it some underscores, babe?
Hot _ takes _ Instagram.
Thank you. Okay, we going live. I'm good. Anybody in the chat, boo? Not one? Nobody heard me plug Hot Takes? No? You still got my background music on?
Mm-hmm.
What are you playing?
You'll hear it.
I don't have headphones. I can't hear.
I said you will.
Well, I got a whole bunch of okays. You sure it ain't nobody in the chat, man? Maybe it's just lagging.
Possible.
It's good. And I've been on all day telling people get in the chat.
On social media.
Yeah, trying. I don't know when the best time is. Like, do you want to do it? I feel like if I do it too early in advance, people forget. And then I get a whole bunch of, why you ain't remind me? So then I do it day of. Mm-hmm. But I try to go really hard, like, in your face, in your chat. All right, I'm about to start.
Got one.
But that's all I need. You ready?
We live.
All right, let's go then. Guys, I'm here with Dr. Jas.
Hello.
This is me recapping because probably most of you are going to catch it on the replay, which is cool too. But I'm recapping our May events. I went to 4 events. April was our last girl talk, and I was kind of feeling drained. I was feeling exhausted. I was feeling like I'm tired of being the one planning and not sleeping and not doing anything. Mm-hmm. And I was going to take May to not worry about if somebody followed me, if somebody bought a ticket, if a caterer got the order. Like, I was like, I'm just not dealing with it. And in return, I will show that love to people who show love to my event. So I had 4 different events, and we'll get back to that. But before we dive into it, just really quick about the events. Jas was at 4 of them, which is why I had 4. She was at 3. So I was like, oh my God, would you do the recap event? And she's just a great person. And was like, yes, I'll come after work exhausted and hang out with you. So I'm very appreciative of Jas. Thank you so much.
You are welcome.
But before we get into our girl talk and before we talk about the events, we definitely have to talk about the VIP event and the men's event, because of the fact that the VIP event is coming up. It's going to be a very intimate conversation. I am handpicking women that I think want to have meaningful conversation and a meaningful experience. I am in love with all of my events. Girl Talk 2.0 definitely is intentional and gives an experience no matter what aspects I am presenting. Mm-hmm. However, I think I'm falling a little bit into the experience aspect. And I think it's because I just like party planning. So it's like fun to give that experience. But with this VIP event, I really want to drive in. I'm not lacking. I'm actually going to up it in experience, but really focus on conversation. Girl, we got to have that girl talk. What you laughing at? Period. To read the comments, so his job is really fun.
They said, period, Jas with the baby hairband. Miss you. Ashley Harris.
Oh, hey, girl. She miss you. Ashley knows everybody.
I'm glad that you said that because I actually forgot to take this off. But
she's so irritated.
Don't keep going because I don't even care no more.
Same. Listen, real girls. So, yes, we are going to be focusing in on the conversation. VIP, we are having a 4-course meal. It's going to be like, it's everything. Like, it's really like an event. So, when we first have our conversation, it's going to be giving Bridgerton vibes. We're going to be out there. I'm going to have some vendors. It's going to be like picnic style because it's at a Airbnb. So, I have a beautiful venue and the backyard is beautiful. And we're kind of going to be out there having good conversation. Then we come inside for a 4-course dinner, and then we'll have drinks, and we'll kind of like still be reflecting on maybe some of the conversations and networking. I really want to use that time to network because at every event, there's always someone. Like I met you at the Valentine's Day event. So,
Right. Yep.
And that opportunity, Dev taught me that. Our friend, we have a mutual friend, Dev. She taught me that give people some time to be them and be people. Like you don't want to grasp their attention at every moment of your event.
Yeah.
So I like that because that's when we were able to connect. So that's really what the dinner party scene is going to be like. Then after that, we're going to do the spa. We have a masseuse. We're going to have facials. We're going to have manicures and pedicures, and cute little. In my mind, everyone has like a cute little
Because
spa
you always
bag.
go all out.
Look, I do.
And I didn't make it to the one in April, but I seen your bags. I'm like, dang, she did a lot.
I do. I love to spoil my girl. I trick on my ladies. I'm sorry. But in my mind, everyone, because like I said, I'm handpicking 15 people. Like honest to God, like because I feel like you can lose control of the conversation.
Because I'm going to be there.
Okay, 14. Dang, we only got 14 tickets left, y'all.
Yep.
So I really think that it will keeping it small like that will help let us all be able to experience all of it. And I do want to invite a camera guy in, your camera guy,
Yep.
Dev camera guy. I was
Aaron.
like, I saw him doing it at the wellness event.
He's the only person.
Girl, I thought he.
the time.
I did not know he did video. I thought he only did pictures. And my husband's been like, "We got to get somebody who can. We got to get some."
Yeah, nope. He
And I'm
does
like
all my
audio and
stuff.
all of that. He was like, "We'll talk." I'm like, "Yeah, cause you'll be working."
He sure do.
Aaron is his name.
Aaron, yep.
I love him. He was so sweet. At the Mother's Day event. Anyway, we gonna get into that. I'm doing too much. So the VIP event, y'all, please come. And then we have the men's event. And I love that Dr. Jas is here when I can talk about this because with the men's event, it's going to be on Sweetest Day. In my mind, they're going to be married men. They're going to be engaged men. They're going to be single men. There will be engaged women, married women, single women, and we all get together and we talk about some topics because I'm sick of the man versus woman. And I want to kind of create man and woman.
I like that.
So that's my vision. And I love that you're here because some of our questions are kind of more towards that, like getting people excited for that.
Okay.
Because I remember, like, I've learned a lot about you in these last 3 events. I feel like I know you. But one thing you say is the main thing that someone, and for people who don't know, Jas is a therapist. Dr. Jas is a therapist. And so,
Thank you, ma'am. I'm still getting used to it too, so don't
I
worry.
love it. I remember you told me Jas is okay sometimes.
I'm totally okay with that.
But when Dr. Jas was talking, you said one of the main reasons people seek therapy is because of heartbreak. Mm-hmm. And surviving the audacity was birthed through heartbreak. So I thought that was very interesting. And I am very excited to have you so that we can talk about some of these questions as far as why I want men and women to like maybe heal and get through the heartbreak. Like,
Absolutely.
so that we can live together. Like maybe because when I listen to everyone on your panel, Wellness Day, when I talk about her panel, her event, Wellness Day, I went to it Friday. That was one of the 4 events. And everyone just had a different story. But one thing everybody was able to say is how they grew and how much better they are.
Absolutely.
So it's like, if I could get these better grown people in a room, maybe I can link them on. I know too many amazing men and women who are single. But I think we all and even us married people, I ain't going to act holier than thou. I think some of us are lacking understanding and lacking healing. And we're operating in those spaces. And it's not that it's man versus woman, because that's the devil. That's what he wants
Against
to,
each other.
yeah, like it's an and, but we don't really know that and I'm like raising my hand saying like, I'm one of the people that don't know the and. So with that girl talk,
Yeah.
I want to invite the men in and get some understanding. one of the questions that I have for you, and I just think you would be so cool, like to be somebody. I don't know if you're on the panel. I don't know if you like just you being there, like with all the history of like,
Oh, I'm gonna be there.
like being in therapy and helping people through these. Like, I'm just so interested on your intake.
Yes.
But I have some that I just want to ask, which is, when it comes to heartbreaks, is closure real? Is that a real thing? Like, do you really need closure, and should you really get closure? Can I give you some background?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So the reason I say is because randomly, like a couple of us have just been getting some like weird, like, I need some closure. And it's like me and my friends were talking, and it's like, I don't really need closure. Like, to me, sometimes like the being done is the closure. Like, going back kind of like opens something up. Like, if you need closure, are you really done? Or is that wrong?
No, because I think for me, so I'm gonna mostly speak for me and my own experiences. When it first happens, you think you need it, especially people who have abandonment wounds. You want to figure out if it was something you did, or why didn't a person chase me, which I'm so glad. But I ain't gonna lie, like my experiences have always been like they chase after, but like normally at the beginning, because I have an abandonment wound, I'm always looking to see like, how can I fix, or did something happen?
Yeah.
But then once I don't care no more, then that's when it's usually like, oh my gosh, you was the one.
Yeah,
No.
I think the chat's kind of on that same
What's their
same
vibes?
vibe. Ashley, Sunshine, and Talisha both kind of like,
Both my
don't
boo.
need closure. When it's over, it's over.
Yeah.
I feel like, I don't know. I feel like I was humbled because at one point I was wanting to be someone's closure, and like I personally don't need it, but like at the end of the day, like I would tell an ex in a minute, like you're a cool, good person, like we just weren't, because I just think maybe I had that dating history where it's just like you wasn't for me, but like, my God, you're a great person. So
Yeah.
it could depend on the ex as far as why you would need closure. But then my friend, when she presented it, and was just like, is closure real?
I mean,
Like,
realistically,
either you
we can-
over it or you ain't.
realistically, I really think it just depends on how healed you are, because it's easy for us to say like we don't need it.
I guess that's a
But
good,
in
drop one of
reality-
them clues bombs.
I'm saying, but in reality, sometimes you just want to know, like, especially when you get people like running, meaning like there wasn't really like a real issue. Maybe they just got hit with like a wound or something, and then
That
they
hurts.
run.
That
You
hurts.
want to know, like, why you just run?
I think I'm somebody that gives like full detail too. Like, I'm off
Yeah.
you. I'm not a ghoster. I don't really ghost, but I
Okay.
will like drop it like it's hot, if that makes sense.
Like real quick.
So, how necessary, and this is just another question going into the men's event. Mm-hmm. How important is it for you to have friends of the opposite sex? And the reason I ask is because I've seen just a benefit in having my husband's input. Just with Girl Talk alone, he's elevated it. Mm-hmm. He's so different from me as far as what he's thinking about and what is needing to make sense to him. So it's like an elevation. So, and I've always been kind of like taller, funny. Mm-hmm. It was quick for a dude to friend zone me. Like, I have a lot of like, and vice versa, because I always been one of the coldest, and would have to friend zone. So I've like been friend zoned and had to friend zone, and I'm enjoying like reconnecting with my husband and having that friendship. So how important is it to be friends with the opposite sex? But obviously when we think about that, we think about being attracted, like being single, boning. So
No, like, be honest.
like, what's an appropriate way to
I
say
think
it?
that it's important, because I think we all need the different perspectives. Like, a
Yeah,
lot of
that's what I was
times,
thinking.
there was one time where I was dead wrong in a situation, and my friends was like, "Oh, he needs to give you grace," and I'm like, "No, I'm very wrong."
He
like,
needs to give you grace.
Yeah,
but
because I
that's
think a
true.
lot of times, like, I mean, I love being a woman, but sometimes I feel like we think we supposed to, we want more and give less. And I think in that moment, I owe him an apology.
Wait a minute, I gotta drop one of
That's what I
Clues
said.
bombs on that.
Yeah, we do. That's one of his main things, is us
For
wanting
real.
more and giving less. And that's another one of the topics that I kind of want to talk about, because as much as we can say we value it, there is another side of another story about being friends with a man, and it don't end well. But that's not our story to tell, I guess.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna be honest, and I hope that this will. Oh well, if they are, I'm just gonna keep them anonymous. But there was a friendship that was very much so more than that. We was playing with each other, and there was a connection just off of sex, just off of conversation, and then when emotions got involved, we pulled back. We didn't talk for like 3 years, and now like that's one of like probably like one of my favoriteest male friends because we took the pause to kind of like reset.
I like that.
What we did. I mean, that ain't often, but it was I think that 3 years helped us understand like you was playing and I was playing.
So can I ask you a question? Are you single right
name.
now? No, not his name. I'm gonna respect the guy.
Shout out to Ashley saying she fine not having any male friends.
You know Ashley ain't doing nothing.
Ashley who?
Not Harris.
Okay.
Sunshine. Because I'm thinking
Harris,
Sunshine.
She got all the female or all the male friends.
She have a lot of friends. She know everybody.
Literally everybody.
But I thought you were saying Sunshine because she not doing nothing without Jamal. She love her baby.
I mean, I think it just depends. Like if you married or in a
That's
relationship.
What I was just about to ask you. Like,
sometimes
are you in a relationship?
No.
Because how open would you be to these friendships when you married? I feel like as a married woman, it's awkward. I had some like male best friends that are still like good friends, and we communicate on social media, and we may come to each other birthdays, but like the texting and the sending each other memes and shit, we don't do that anymore.
I think I have a total different perspective of what most women do. Like I don't feel like people should cancel friendships when you get in a relationship, because God forbid that friend or that relationship end, you severed a tie, especially if it's a genuine relationship.
Well, maybe not cancel, but I do think they should modify.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I'm not. But here's the thing, though, that just develops trust in a relationship. Because if it's just your friend, then your husband or your boyfriend should know who that person is. Like it shouldn't be no
feeling like
no
man is blind. No, I'm not even gonna say it. I just be feeling like
watch it.
I'm not gonna do that to you, sweetheart. Like I'm just not even gonna be friends.
But
I think it does depend.
That's exactly what Ashley just said. She says mutual friends. Her and her husband friends. She don't got no male friends.
I think I have mutual friends. Like his best friend from college. I feel like now I'm closer to her than you. But like, do you feel like you altered you and Siobhan's relationship once you got married?
A little bit. I mean, but I feel like it was kind of altered before then. I mean, she married one of my close friends first.
Right. So. You're not about to be texting your homeboy man. I don't know. I guess it just, like she said, it just depends. It really just depends
because I guess for me, all of my male friends are married, so I'm cool with their wife too. Yeah. So they know that I don't want none of their man. So there's a trust factor, but like you ain't gonna see me going off with them or nothing.
Ashley Sunshine said her husband had a female best friend when they met, and she haven't heard nothing else about her since.
I mean, the wives is in the chat cutting up. Lord Jesus.
They like
Lord Jesus.
Hey, shout out to the wives tribe.
Man, you can't help the level. So listen, I definitely did not know that May was mental health awareness. I know. Like, what does that say about me? And then,
I mean, it's not really talked about often, and unfortunately, a lot of therapists don't come from behind the office. So not a lot of people actually doing events. A lot of times, it's more like advocates or like people who are,
me, like
people who they for mental health, but they don't really have like the degree or whatever the case. So.
It was like such a shock because I was like, okay, I got to pick some events, I got to do something, and when I reached out and looked within, like who been down for me, all my peoples was doing something. Either women's, I didn't know it was women's. What is it? Awareness Month either.
Or women's or international women something.
It's something about the ladies, and it was going down in May. So I was pleasantly surprised and thought like I don't know, like once again, I know I'm one of God's favorites because the month that I decided to say no to all the drama, God was like, go to these events that are going to make you mentally healthier. And I was like, dog, this is dope. And just to transition us into the events, I wanted to say what I liked most about participating in Mental Health Awareness Month. You found resources. A lot of us don't have therapy because we don't know the resources, and we don't know that it could look like so many different things. It could be a concert. It could be a watch party. It could be Pilates with your best friend. Like, it could be Quench Mobile mom event with your mother. Like, I didn't know, but like in doing it, I feel stronger in June. I feel happier in June. And it's so funny because we'll go down. So we kicked it off, Wellness Wind Down, where we watched Ash Jen. Y'all know Ash Jen is just one of my favorites. Like, oh my God, I love her. I feel like she is just like always on brand and always relatable. Like, for me, like everybody got their own audience, their own swag. That's my boo. I'm gonna stick beside her. But it was nice because we did yoga. We did, sound bowl. Sound bowl. That's my favorite part of these events. I'm learning. I like a sound bowl.
Okay.
I be down there like, ooh, floating
your
away.
inner self, huh?
Yes, I love it. Not so much yoga. I did a lot of yoga this month. Yoga, I don't know. I think I like Chelsea at Wellness Day. Okay. She did stretching. I think I'm a stretcher. I loved the way Chelsea stretched us out at Wellness Day. But so that was nice. Then we went to Quench Mobile, had a brunch event with our moms. It was so fun hanging out with my mom. Like, all of those years of like, I ain't one of your little friends. Okay, like we in there, we taking pictures. We were so cute. I got to hang with my friends. I ate good food. You know, all of that is really therapeutic. And we got to hang with our mothers. So I was just like, oh, and we were.
Your mom would like to go next time with the sound bowl.
Oh, mom said she wanted to go. I love my mama, y'all. I'm in Team Deb. So.
Hey, mama.
Hey,
shout out to Sunshine. She just dropped a bag on you, too.
Oh, somebody. She got some money. No, but I really enjoy that. And just listening to Deb talk about how she got her hustle from her mom, like, I was like, I'm getting emotional because.
And I actually seen it.
You see? Yeah.
I did. Me and Devin been friends since the 3rd grade, so I remember. And it just kind of put me in a state of like gratitude for my mom because I'm like, I can relate and I see the type of woman that it made me and Devin. And I feel like sometimes because my mom had to hustle and go so hard, I say this all the time. If you've ever tuned into any of my lives, I wish I had a better attitude while she had to fight. Like, I'm fighting for my life here. Damn. Like, I just wish, but when it was all said and done, like I said, I'm one of God's favorites because everything I'm not made me everything I am. And Deb always loved me and was always down for me.
Everybody loves sound bowls in the chat.
Ooh, hold on. We got to put it together.
To me, you need to add sound bowls to one of these picnics or
listen.
The VIP event.
I think the VIP.
You know what I think would be good?
I was about to say, nah, not a picnic.
Listen, I'm gonna be honest. Like, since you're trying to bring men and women together anyway, and I believe
say it, because this is an anointed woman. What you about to say?
Oh, I'm listening.
I bet you about to say what I've been saying.
At this men's event, like, bring everybody together and like unify the people. Like,
okay, she not about to say what I thought she
was
about to say.
I don't know what you thought. What you thought I was about to say?
I thought you was about to say we should have men at the VIP event, but Kari keeps saying no.
Oh.
I mean,
because it's 2 different events. It's the VIP.
Right. I mean, I think it just depends. Like, you already
definitely
got
should
your
have sound balls at the VIP event. Sounds like
for sure.
He don't want to do no bows at the.
That's what it is.
That's what he's
I don't
saying.
mind.
That's what he's saying.
No, but Chelsea does a stretch couples class.
Yeah, I did.
Sign me up. I don't know when it's happening, but I'm like, and I'm gonna see if all my home girls. I'm like, let's go. Let's let them stretch us out. Cause see, I don't twerk, but I let them stretch me out, like for sure.
Everybody loves Deb as always.
Yes,
even
my
when
mom
she's
is a
not
bae.
on the show.
Then we did Bring Your Bestie Push Pilates. I went with a couple of my white friends. Mish has been trying to get me in Pilates seriously since probably September. And when I went, I was like, what has taken so long? Like, I feel like I'm going to be a Pilates hottie.
I still ain't been.
All your white friends are here as well.
Yeah, well, we are, we're going to go to Push Pilates, girls. Listen, though, I love it, though. I signed up for the, it was such a good time. Let me tell y'all why I like Alexis. She stretches you before and after. Okay. I just need to be stretched. Like, I don't know. Maybe I could twerk if I wasn't always so tense. But I'm just like,
you better get
do
loose.
You twerk? Me neither. Look, I can't
I
ask
didn't
the
say
doctor
no.
that. Look,
I didn't say no.
You can't ask the doctor that. No.
Ask Ashley here.
For Pilates on Wednesday. Let's go.
Yep, I got it every Wednesday, 7:30. I will be there. And last but not least, I pulled up to Wellness Day, y'all. When I couldn't, like I said, I'm one of God's favorite. Like, I couldn't have designed it better. Like, I just couldn't have designed it better. Like, ending it and right before June started, and with June, I'm back on the hump. I'm preparing for July. It's his birthday. It's Father's Day. Like, so I'm back on it. So by the time I pulled up to Wellness Day, y'all, deflated, had every excuse on why I just didn't want to be here. Like, in my mind, at one point, I was like, you bought a ticket, that's support. I was like, no.
I get it.
Get it together, clean it up, take a shower, and show up. And I'm so glad I did, because God definitely had a message for me that day. I definitely needed to. We got to do stretches with Chelsea. I got Tiffany fed me. Like, it's all, she always gonna have something good to eat there.
Every time.
We got sea moss lemonade. That was a highlight for me. Then with the scrub. Who is baby girl with the scrub? I love her.
They said
Probably
Jazz
not.
Cap. They calling Cap on Jazz. They said she be twerking.
Who said that? Who told my business?
Yeah, I don't twerk. That's another situation.
I had a pass.
That's another situation. But the girl with the scrub, the lady, that she was also a counselor. She spoke.
Oh yeah, that's my auntie, Dr. Cassandra.
Yeah, her family full of doctors and nurses and top dogs. I was like, Jazz come from a good family. But I really liked being there, because I felt like in that moment I was still like surviving the audacity. You know, like one thing I learned is to not say my anxiety. Well, no, it echoed Talicia's. Talicia's still in the chat. Talicia told me this first.
Okay.
And when I heard it again at Wellness Day, it was like confirmation. Like, don't say that silly shit again. Like, but when you say my anxiety, my depression,
what you about to say?
Don't bang on the table, please.
Don't bang on the table.
And please speak to the people, please.
I'm getting emotional. No, but I learned to say, don't claim that. That ain't yours to have.
Good. Yep.
So I really enjoyed that. I'll just share my question and just how I was blessed. So after I learned about just all these different aspects, and I was motivated as, like you said, an advocate. I was motivated and very encouraged to see Jazz get all these different type of people with all these different type of walks, all these different type of struggles, to like stand up and say, this is what I'm doing. Here are the resources. If you could relate, you could do this too. And it was like people there. And I love the fact that there were like people that I just could not relate to. But I'm like, I'm glad you have a space. Like, I'm glad you have a voice. I'm glad you have a stage. And it was very interesting learning about like Kim Worthy and what all the prosecutors mentally go through. Like, y'all know I nerded out. I was in there like, yes, information. And I see it going so far. Like, it just made me feel like you in the right place at the right time with the right people. And at the end of it, after we had our whole wellness day, Jazz asked, she took some audience questions. And you know your girl, I was getting up. It was Jazz, Jen, I'm getting up. Like, so I asked, and I just was transparent in that moment. I was like, I'm really exhausted. Didn't want to be here. For you guys who are professionals, you know, this is a whole therapist. How do you still show up for like your obligations and be outside? Like, this just not me. One thing that anxiety and depression, not necessarily mine, one thing it does to me is I just shut down and I just shut the door. And it's like, I'm so outgoing and I'm so friendly. I feel like if I can't perform, then I'll just shut the door. The problem with that is sometimes like you just shut the doors for so long, you don't pop back out. And so, you know, I was very vulnerable in that moment. Like, how do I keep my mental healthy? How do I keep me charged up? And
did we talk about that? How to like getting
so it segue.
assistance?
Segue.
Finding
Yes,
therapy
how
and
to
things
find
like that.
therapy.
Yeah.
So the thing about it was, Jen said to just go into each event, each situation with intention. Like, just moving with intention. Maybe you weren't here to get a picture. Maybe you weren't here to get drunk. Maybe you weren't here to, you know, network. Maybe you were just here to experience. Like, but when you go into it knowing what you walked into that room for, and then just like taking up space.
That,
yeah, like it's period. Job well done, and you don't feel exhausted going into a room thinking about what others may want you to be, because she was like, people don't really care like as much as you think they
we
care.
be in our head way more than
people don't really care if you twerking or not. Like, that's you. Like, so it'd be like, let it go. So that was really good. But no, going to what Kari said, Wellness Day for me is where you go to find therapy. I felt like I found my counselor. Like the young woman who answered the question is so funny because she started singing. I was like, people that be singing, like, they got a real, like, to just sing in mid-conversation, like, they got a real testimony, like, and then sure enough, she stood up and just had me leaking. I'm like, I feel it.
Yeah, everybody crying in that place.
I can't wait to go have a private conversation with my insurance. No.
Tell us more about that, Jas. Dr. Jas, I'm sorry.
About?
Like, if you need therapy or you feel like you need mental assistance, what's kind of...
I think it just depends. I think finding a therapist, I guess the formal way will be to, you can go on stuff like Psychology Today. Well, actually, before even that, you can just look within your own resources. Most people, somebody in your group got a therapist, and a lot of my clientele come from referrals, so somebody already seeing me, so they pretty much see me that way. But you can also call the back of your insurance card. That'll get you kind of a direct answer of people who you can see. Then you have stuff like Psychology Today or Therapists for Black Girls. But if you're not sure if you're ready to talk to a person one-on-one, then like Christina was saying, come to wellness events.
But there were so many therapists there.
It was.
So
but
for you,
the thing about it is that most people only see us in the office, which is why I created Wellness Day, because we people too.
And that's something that Chrissy was actually telling me that she really liked about you, right? You were saying that
people could go up to a real life therapist. You heard them talk.
That made me sound so big. I'm right here.
No,
real
forget
life
that. You
therapist.
big.
No, right. Big Jas, not the little one. Are you crazy? So I like that you heard their story and you were able to connect with these women and then go up and say, like, can I have a card?
And what she was saying is like, you're Dr. Jas, but she still felt like she was able to experience jazz. Go ahead. Tell us about
I've been bragging on
that.
you,
You know,
girl.
because I got the doctorate for myself. It wasn't for nobody to give me extra accolades. I needed to go back to school because I was in a routine.
But to see what I was telling him, like, to see the difference between, like, and you even told me this, like, jazz is okay sometimes. I'm Jas. But to see, I've had the pleasure of hanging with Jas and Dr. Jas. And I think Dr. Jas is just educated on mental health and techniques and procedures and things you can do to live a healthy life. So I'm like, I can see a distinct difference between Dr. Jas and Jas. But at the same time, I was telling him, you really don't see that much, because I'm like, she's staying 10. Like, with whatever room she is, she gonna always be who she is. Because you was
Hands
like,
down.
I know
Sounds
it's not.
Sounds like a great therapist option.
Yeah, because one of the ladies got up and was like, I'm looking for a church. She like, I know this ain't. I forget the word you use. Like,
Yeah, like,
I know I'm not supposed to.
everybody's supposed to, you can come.
She was
sit
like, but you
next
could
to
come
me.
sit next to your therapist.
But
And
that's
I
kind of
was
like
I love that.
how I break up Wellness Day. The morning portion is like the person who you see in the office, but then at night I sing. So you gonna
Pissed
get
I missed that,
full-
y'all. Sick.
That's just who I am. So I think that it makes it easier for me to be Jas, Dr. Jas, whoever, because I'm being me. I don't
she
have
was
to
singing
switch.
this who you miss singing?
Man,
She did.
Kari, tell her how sick I was, though.
She did.
And then Dev was singing too, so
Yeah.
it hurt so bad. Then Paige ended up pulling up. When I say sick, like, y'all don't understand.
I got a question for you, Dr. Jas. In the chat, somebody said when they isolate themselves when they feel like they're going through depression, they don't really understand completely. What would you say to that, or maybe recommend, or
So I
Go
would
and
say,
be weird. Say no.
I would honestly say, if you're feeling like you're isolating, I would say take a moment to really understand where it's coming from. Most people will tell you, like, go talk to somebody first, but that's not realistic all the time. Sometimes you don't even know what you're feeling to say it. So just sit there for a minute. What am I feeling? Why am I running away from people? I think, unfortunately, the stigma on people and relationships is ghetto because we supposed to come to people, but we have pretty much distorted the view of people in relationships. So it's not the first thing that people go to. So just sit with yourself first. If you don't find out the answer, because contrary to what most people believe, your relationship with yourself is the most important. So sit with yourself, try to figure it out. If not, find one trusted person. I find like, unless you have like a hub of a bunch of people who give you the same value, it'll get too noisy trying to talk to a bunch of people at the same time.
I like
so find
that, a hub. I think
person.
I have a hub. I think so. I think I have a hub.
Yeah,
but I'm listening.
Talk to them so that you can, try to get to that reason, that voice of reason for yourself.
Can I just speak from experience as far as like feeling like depressed and not wanting to isolate? For me, I just was like, because I feel like not wanting to isolate, and then when you try to isolate, when you try to not isolate, you start to feel anxiety, and then you go out and you're around people and you weird because it's just kind of like, oh, I'm kind of anxious. But I'm like, I just keep going. I don't care. Like, if you think I'm weird, like, for all you know, you don't know what type of thoughts I fought past to like sit here and be here with you today. So like, I present myself
I agree.
as my best self.
I mean, people in the chat seem to, be fans or in support of therapy. I am too. Definitely an advocate
eventually it
for
kind of stops. It's kind of, it's always something can trigger it, but at some point, like you see the light. You're no longer sad. You're no longer anxious. Certain things can maybe sometimes make you sad or anxious, but I think that's just everybody. And like y'all said, stop labeling it depression. Mine, so that it's just not attached to you. Like that's a depressing situation. Yeah. But I'm not depressed.
Or just being okay with feeling. Like a lot of times people don't want to feel through things, and then they play
hard.
it safe. No, it's not hard.
Okay, tell me something. Hard. Teach me something.
That's the problem.
Do you think you're a person that plays it safe?
Absolutely not.
Okay, good. I'm glad that was your answer,
cry in a minute.
Because everybody wants to know if we could get hit off with a little note or two, since we heard
Lord.
Why?
I mean, you said you don't be playing it safe, so you say
I don't know how I sound, y'all, because I really been like coughing and stuff.
Wait, but we just go.
But I will.
Just give us a note.
I will. I will sing a song that I actually wrote. Called Journey.
Here, not a song. She said
I'm just gonna sing a little bit of snippet. Don't judge, okay?
Oh, we won't.
But the song says, I'm on a journey. I don't wanna lose my way. Avoiding roads that lead to danger. Where does this road lead to? That's all you get.
Okay.
Love it. Love it. Love it. That's what I missed.
You did.
I could just see me in there like, I'm on a journey. Oh my God.
Put me in the mind of a little young Jill Scott, if I
absolutely her. Erykah Badu to my people.
Okay.
Yes.
That
was beautiful. Well, I feel like I have survived some audacity. I was very, very appreciative of being in that room with you and them people, Jas. I'm appreciative of you being here today. Absolutely. And I'm excited. I want girl talk vibes like y'all.
They looking for the song. They trying to see where they can find the song. Tell them where they can get it.
Listen, I got an album on Apple Music, Spotify. It's old. I am going to give y'all something new by next year.
Is that song
it's my name. It is.
No.
Okay, so what's the name of the album?
It's called Let Go and Enjoy.
Put it in the chat. Let Go and Enjoy.
My first and last name, Let Go and Enjoy, is yellow.
I'll find it, guys, and share it for sure.
That's crazy, because when I made the stuff, I didn't care. I was just trying to do something. And then people be mad like, you got stuff? I do.
I like that song for sure. It kind of gives the little sound bowl vibes. Like,
yeah, it got
you can just vibe out.
He said she got the kids in the background vibing to the snippet.
I love it. I love it. Okay, guys.
So tell us one more time. What do you have coming up?
I have a VIP event that I want you guys to let me know. Sunday, fun day, or do we want Saturday vibes? Because it is a long, lengthy event. Yep. And then we have our Sweetest Day event that we're bringing the men in.
Okay, when is the VIP?
The VIP is going to be in July. Do you girls want July 21st, July 27th, or July 28th? Put it in the chat. Because I'm sweet like that. Damn, I kind of lost the beat. Yeah.
All right, it's probably something.
We can't bang on the table or I was going to make you a beat.
No, but wait, Kari, really quick. Tell them about Hot Takes. Cause I heard you talking your shit like that. Somebody was like, "Oh, you need more." You like, nigga, I got 7 episodes. Seasons.
Hot Takes podcast is available on all streaming platforms. Hot_takes_ on Instagram. Hot Takes podcast on Facebook and YouTube. If y'all can find Chrissy, y'all can find me.
I'm gonna share that too, because I feel like it's good content for the fellas to just, because they talk about current events. Like, it's not your average sports show. They talk about anything from Diddy to Game of Thrones, like
whatever's going on. Which Game of Thrones is returning soon, which is great.
So we looking for a hot take episode.
But also,
I'm even on one of their episodes.
We did interview you. We'll be recording this week, so we might live stream for the game Thursday, or we might record something tomorrow. But either way,
and they got hot new fire
on the way,
through.
coming soon.
All right, I love both of y'all. Bye. I love everybody in the chat, and I heard y'all was like dropping them stars, so you know. Drinks on me.
Politics too. Don't worry, we gonna talk about Trump orange head ass.
Right.
Leave him out of